Welcome to Imperative Ministries Business and Spirituality Podcast. In each episode, we discuss matters of spirituality and how they relate to the world of business. Since people are comprised of mind, soul, and spirit, we will also take a look at subjects such as mental and physical health. Thank you for joining host Michael McElwain as he interviews people whose life experiences provide an opportunity for learning and inspiration.
And there in its circle, wildflowers did grow. Bloom where you are planted, and God will make you grow. Bloom where you are planted, and God will make you grow. Tell other people that Jesus loves them so. Tell them how he came to earth and died to set them free. And bloom where you are planted, wherever that might be. Go. Well, welcome everyone to Business and Spirituality Podcast. Again, we're part of Imperative Ministries, which is connected with myself, Michael McElwain, and with Central Baptist Church in Liberty, Texas. And today I have a special guest, Tera Haynes, who I am excited to have with us. She is she's an entrepreneur, and she leads the business Ready, Set, Notarize. And we're going to have her tell a little bit about her business and also how her faith relates to that and helps her with it. And we'll talk some about her dreams. And as entrepreneurs, we need to be dreaming big dreams. And sometimes life beats us down. So I had a chance to meet her a couple of weeks ago at a business gathering here with the Baytown Chamber of Commerce, and really enjoyed visiting with her. And I said, I know she'd be someone that all of you would want to talk to. So welcome, Tera.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for having me.
It is a delight to have you here. I'm excited to have you on our podcast today. And tell us a little bit about yourself. What's going on in your life now? And just give us a little background as we...
Sure. The background about me. Well, again, my name is Tera Haynes, principal signer and owner for Ready, Set, Notarize. I've been here in Baytown since 2007. And I really like the community involvement here in the city of Baytown. I actually became an entrepreneur not too long ago, just 2 to 3 years ago. Just started out with the idea of just wanting to enhance my time freedom,
Yes.
my time freedom, and looking for different avenues and what I can kind of peek my head in. Came across some information about notary and became very passionate because it's a service job.
Yes.
And we as Christians, we are made to serve, and in that capacity, I felt a sense of validation. I
Yes.
just like meeting the different people, serving the community, and being able to assist. So that's where the idea generated.
Yes, awesome. And I love the idea of service and of time. How's that working for you as far as the time? Is that your time management? Are you has it freed up time for you?
Well, I actually enjoy being able to take full control over my schedule at this point.
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur, every day is not a good day, but the consistency and the persistence that you exhibit is really what kind of helps you through that. So as far as just being able to take control over the schedule, and also being a part of the Chamber of Commerce with the different clientele, you want to have open availability because, again, it's a service job. You want to be, my goal is to be available for the people that are not always available to go out and do. So the mobile service became a reality.
Well, I was concerned that I heard on the news this morning that the post office was, I guess there's some changes happening with them. And one thing they're doing is maybe even possibly over time going to cut more hours. I'm like, well, I have a hard enough time getting into mail things. And I was telling someone at the meeting the other night that they run one of the mailbox businesses, and like they're open to 6. I'm like, I'll be coming by to see you when I'm in Baytown because I just can't always get there by 4. And
That's right. That's right.
as a pastor, because in addition to, like I say, you work with Ready, Set, Notarize, I am, people will see with GuardTech Pest Services. And I got into the insurance field, and some people will know me from that. And I still dabble in that because my goal was to have a more flexible schedule. And I think my problem was I didn't realize what you just said, that sometimes every day as an entrepreneur is not a great day. You know, sometimes
That's right.
we don't make any money. There's other days we make a lot of money, you know.
So true. So true.
But how have you liked it? Because I have had one entrepreneur that said, look, people say, how could you work and not have a steady salary? This person said, well, it's unlimited to what I can make today if we hit it right and we reach enough people. So.
That's right. Well, what I learned is it's kind of like the law of attraction. You get up in the morning and you, so to speak, activate your day.
Yes.
You have a spirit of expectancy.
Yes.
You walk in gratitude, and a lot of those seeds that we plant aren't made to manifest right then, right for that day. Sometimes I may get 2 or 3 calls and it doesn't produce any immediate business, but it follows days after. So it's just being smart and learning about actually what type of business that you want to have. And one of the things that I've learned as an entrepreneur is that business equals relationship.
Yes.
So when you plant that seed, you make those connections, you build those rapport. It may not always manifest right away, but that does not mean that it's not effective. Seeds
Yes.
take a minute to process, plant, sun, water, it's a process. But if you do your due diligence, once the opportunity presents itself, you'll be the first one on, that comes to the forefront because you've planted such a great seed.
Are you finding that people are coming to you because you do connect with so many people that you're being a go-to person for people to say, hey, Tera, can you tell me about, I have a need in this area or need in that area? Are you finding that to be true for you right now?
Right now, yes and no. I'm just now starting to get to the point to where I'm networking with so many different people
Yes.
at one time.
Right.
I do feel like people want to do business with people that are real. So
Right.
I definitely try to be personable, and also, show my personality. I'm a real person, and people relate to that. They don't want us the fake. They want to be do business with people that they trust, and that's done through relationship, building a rapport, getting a sense of who that person is. So it's a mix. But I'm enjoying it.
Well, and I know that when I was hired by GuardTech, one of the things they said is we're not, and this is not true of all used car salesmen, but we don't used car salesmen, they tend to have the bad, I guess reputations. Sometimes I'm trying to lean heavy on you, and I know that's not true of all of them. But the point is, like you said, relationships. And I thought, well, I can do that. I can't sell you something you don't need. I am finding, like even today, I went to, it was a Alliance Geotechnical Group. They're actually doing the soil samples for Highway 99 out here. And that's coming through, outside of Baytown, Dayton, and the third ring around Houston. And so I said, I want to know, what is this? Because I might want to refer some people here. And that turns out that, that it's only big businesses doing, but I'm finding out that if people are starting to say, hey, do you know of this? Or do you know of that? And I am able to tell them. And so it helps their business. And then, the hope is that they'll also refer it back to me. But
that's right.
But yeah, I do like that. So tell us, just in Ready, Set, Notarize, what do you do? What does your service consist of? We want to tell our listeners what to do, because you know what? There's some people that listen all over the world. I'm not claiming that I have 1 million people listening. Okay, I don't, but I do have people in various parts of the country. So some of those people may not. There may be somebody listening right now that needs to do what you're doing. Maybe they're in another part of the country. You can inspire them. So
sure.
Tell us what does Ready, Set, Notarize do? That is
Okay, well, Ready, Set, Notarize is a mobile notarized notary solution for basically all your notarial needs. Basically, what I do is do general notary work, and I also do loan signing for banks and title companies, where I process refinances, loan modifications, reverse mortgages for people that are going through the refinance process through their financial institution due to the lower interest rates in the real estate industry. I'm also a wedding officiant. I do field inspections. I make business cards. I do a number of things. So it's ready, set at your convenience, and notarized. So I carry my stamp with me, always readily available to meet a need. Because the thing about it is, everyone needs a notary, and not only that, you never know when you need a notary until you don't need a notary until you need a notary.
That's
and
right.
So then you need it. I do a general clientele with just, people calling me from Google, website, word of mouth, different marketing. And I also, again, do direct contracts for lawyers, call me from New York and Florida, and just any type of notarial transaction that they need in my area, I do on their behalf and walk in that. So it's been quite an experience. The need is definitely there, because as a mobile service, I offers the convenience of being able to do what you need to do without imposing on your schedule. Everybody can't make it to the bank. Everybody's schedule doesn't allow, and sometimes you need service after hours. Sometimes you need service on a weekend, and you want it convenient because of your schedule. So that's where my business comes in, makes it time available for you to go out and get that need done without imposing too much on your schedule.
And notaries, we have a lot of do-it-yourself kind of stuff in the world today, but I can't notarize for myself. I mean, I got to have you to help me. I still, everything is not a do-it-yourself. My sister had said this a few years ago. She said, I'm so frustrated now when I call or, for some kind of service, whatever, because it used to be I would call and the other person on the other end of the line had a computer and they took my info and worked it. Now they're wanting me to do that. And they laid that other person off.
That's right.
It's like it's more work. So to me, I'm like, wow, Tera's here. She can help me with that. This is
that's right.
And I'm finding that I have some flexibility with my sales job driving around, but there's just days that I don't have. My banking is done a lot of times at 7 a.m. in the morning when they just do the drive-through, and so. Yeah, I know I have some stuff. I'm glad to know that you're doing this because I'm going to be calling on you and telling my church folks to do that.
And I always like to point out that, just as a logical, realistic business owner, just make people aware that, my service may not be what you need. You can always go to your financial institution to get notary for free. I always just like to plug that in so that people know that they have options. UPS, local UPS, but again, nothing beats the convenience of having. I actually have a contract at one of the pediatric clinics here in Baytown, in where the office manager comes across all these medical records that need to be notarized. She can't constantly leave for one or two forms. So I'm contracted with them once a week to go out and show up and stamp, take care of their notarial needs at their convenience. That way it's not something that's pulling her away from her work. I'm able actually to go into the facility and do that on her behalf. So it works out. It's a good deal. Yeah.
So that is, and I guess, just how did you arrive at that idea? I mean, what was it that inspired that? I mean, was it just, I know it's service, but what was?
Well, the thing about it is,
how'd you dream it, I guess is what I'm saying. How did that get birthed,
Well, it got birthed really for the simple fact that I was I have a travel license as well. And I, when people are familiar with you or they are familiar with your spirit, you get asked all kind of questions.
Yes.
And, do you know somebody who does that? Do you know somebody who does that? And a lot of people were asking me about, did I know a notary? So once I got into what actually a notary is and what it does, I kind of just wanted to add that to my credential. I added it to my resume and began to be more passionate about the ins and outs and what it does. When people knew that I was a notary, it was kind of just like just kind of happened. When someone knew that I was a notary, I had a family member reach out to me and he was like, hey, can you meet me here? I'm in a bind right now. Can you meet me here? I know that you're in a notary, come. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. So when I went to meet the family member, the person that they were doing business with was like, do you have a business card? I could use this.
Yeah.
So then that sparked an idea of like, well, there's, we're delivering groceries now.
Right.
We're delivering a number of things. We're in that generation. And I saw that in certain areas, not even necessarily Baytown, where people were offering that service. And I saw that Baytown did not have a lot. I do see that there are some now, but there wasn't a lot. And I wanted to kind of try it out. And I did. I marketed just for a little bit and kind of, threw it out there to see, how many people would actually take advantage of a service like that. And it picked up. Again, like I said, people don't have time. They don't have time. And then the convenience of like, you come to me and then I come to them. I have a curbside service where I do on the trunk of my car, clipboards, and have everything we need, sanitizer, mask, and I pull up. I have, I try to get as much information from the signer beforehand that I can so that I can be ready. I pull up, I have everything I need done, 4 to 5 minutes, you're on your way. So people like that convenience. They don't mind paying. It's a travel fee, $25. They don't mind paying that because you get to handle your business.
And when you need it, like say you need it now, a lot of times I'll thought, oh, this is due today. Okay, well I don't have banks closed, So
that's right. That's right. But that's right.
Well, I enjoyed so much, like I said, visiting with you at the Business After Hours. I know you were telling me about your dad is an apostle over some churches. And I want to say for some Christian folks that aren't familiar maybe with the fivefold ministry, Tera is not saying that her dad is like the Apostle Paul or the Apostle John, but apostleship, especially in the fivefold ministry, is an entrepreneurial type of gift. It's overseeing, it's dreaming dreams and visions and helping lead the church where they need to go. And I think he is over, 8 churches. Is that right?
Somewhere around there. Yes, sir. Yeah. Somewhere around there.
And so I just know that, and this is what I've learned, trying to get my earphone back. My ears are shaped funny and stuff won't stay in here. I began to be, I sort of learned that last year, that approach. And I can see as a pastor, now my main gifts are shepherding and teaching, but I've learned that as a head leader, I have to have some entrepreneurial aspect to dream a dream, to lead people in things. And in the little church where I serve, we are beginning to see that,
That's right.
Do you feel that maybe you caught some of that from your dad, or maybe that's even a spiritual gift you have, this entrepreneurial gift of leadership, and maybe even, again, as apostle, all the spiritual gifts have some element. Yes, I've even wondered to myself, well, hey, some of these spiritual gifts sound like just natural abilities some people are gifted in it. And there is some truth to that, but they're just energized by the Spirit of God to be used in a greater way.
That's right.
Do you see this apostolic gift that you find in your spiritual life and other things, that it's that's holding true? And do you feel like maybe some of that was caught from your dad as well?
Oh, definitely both. First off, my word is, and what I live by is relationship. So of course I do have my own relationship where the Lord deals with me and enhances me and whom I get my strength from and all of that. But also having my dad as an example in his apostolic walk, being able to multitask, people build, customer service, problem solving, leadership skills, because people are looking up to him and looking for sometimes validation, encouragement, just a number of things, just as a spiritual father. So watching him maneuver and being able to handle that on a number of capacities. He does a lot of volunteer work in the community under World Vision, where he's traveling and he's blessing the community with food and things for their home. So it's definitely something that I would be foolish not to take advantage of that, and not to pick that up, and not to even pray to have those attributes enhanced in my life, because it's more than a notion. He often says that it's a lifestyle. So it's not something that you can just turn the switch on and off. You really have to live and breathe and be passionate about what you do in order to convey that love of Christ, in order to convey the love, and also just to deal with people. People are not always kind. People are not always straightforward. You have to kind of figure out a motive, or deal with unpleasant attitudes. So all of those, watching him do that over the years, and my grandfather was a pastor. Most of my uncles are pastors, so I grew up in church. Sunday day, Sunday morning, Sunday night. We had the Tuesday night, Wednesday night Bible. We were part of the choir, and when no one came to church, we were the church.
Y'all were the church.
We were the church. We sang. We sang. We were the ushers. We help with offering, like we all had a part to play. And so taking those same memories and applying it to entrepreneurship is kind of like second nature. Is really who I am, because like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's something that's embedded in me. I often say and always say that Jesus is a prayer is a part of my business plan.
Yes.
It's a part of my business plan. It's needed. Again, as an entrepreneur, you have those days where you don't know.
That's right.
It gets a little
Yes,
gray.
I know.
You're checking to see if your phone still works.
That's right. I know.
You're just making sure you're having those connections. You find yourself kind of, just watching the time, and you have those unsure days. But because of my faith that I have in God, and because of the relationship that I have with Him, knowing that a way will be made, knowing that the faith that I have will kind of open doors and lead me to different opportunities is definitely needed. It's a part of who I am, and I can't get away from that at that point. I wouldn't even try.
I understand. It was something, it was a fellow who quarterbacked the Cleveland Browns to win last night had made a statement. It was a quarterback that played here, college ball here in Houston. His name was Case Keenum. I'm pulling it up to make sure I quote it right. But he said, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
That's right.
And
that's right.
The name of your business, Ready, Set, Notarize. Sounds like you stay ready. And I know, like I said, you've talked about how your faith has helped you in your business and all these things. But Tera, what dreams are you dreaming now? As an entrepreneur, we have to be dreaming people and thinking. What are some maybe? Is there some dreams you might? Some things you're thinking of? I know. I will say in my life, some of these things you're talking about. Sadly, I learned them. I say sadly, I wish I had known some of these things, understood them when I was in my 20s, but I'm finding out I hope to live to 100. So I'm still applying these things and learning them, and you're much younger than me. And, but I'm finding out that in the insurance training I was getting, we were learning a lot of stuff from some folks in their late 20s that were really rocking it. And so I'm finding I always want to be learning. So what dreams are you dreaming, and what things do you do to help maybe put those dreams into practice? How do you get from the dreaming stage to the action stage? So,
well, as far as dreaming for my business career wise, I would like to be a staple in the community. Service is a big a part of what I do. Volunteer work, just being able to make a presence in the community, not just as a business owner, but just as a part of a person that's a part of the community. My dream is to kind of find a way to maximize the service that I offer. May it be adding different things to my resume, getting a storefront. Not really sure yet, because the thing about it is there's so many different opportunities and so many different ways where you can branch off and go. And with God's help, I do desire and plan on making those things come to pass.
In a post-COVID world, you talk about maybe getting a storefront, but I know I have a neighbor who does some body work, and he said, even though his operation's a little smaller, he's actually making more money because he doesn't have all the overhead.
That's right.
So there's
That's
something
right.
to think about. And I pastor a smaller church, and I tout the blessedness of small churches, but I don't want people to think that we don't want to reach people. The idea is that maybe we need to plant many smaller churches, and every so often come together to encourage one another, like 4 or 5 churches rent a place, and once a quarter we get together and build up one another. But we're finding that, like I said, there's a niche there, and for you that may, I know you'll do the right thing, as you see what you need to do, and the Lord will lead you and guide you. And I know for me, I'm still dabbling some of the insurance business, but I'm finding that I had an awesome, and still do. I mean, I'm still doing some, building myself as the insurance pastor. Was on the Facebook doing things, but I found out that I just had some of those days that nothing was happening, and I really probably, like, one thing I'm finding out in this is, some of them just passing out a flyer, but even I was amazed on a day that I didn't think I had much time. Before you know it, I've at least passed out 10 flyers. Well,
That's right.
I think sometimes in insurance, I should have been going, and when I wasn't getting any sales, any responses, I should have been passing out a flyer, doing something. So there has to be a perseverance in this. And I know you learned
That's
some
right.
of that from your dad and your grandpa, and
That's
um,
right.
things. Well, there was another thing that I had seen. I think I shared it on my Facebook page. It was some people who had been martyred for their faith, and they were saying, "Well, faith is not." It is blessings. God does deliver you from difficult situations, but sometimes He just sustains you in them and helps you
That's
get
right.
through them. You know? So,
That's right. That's right. It's definitely that's definitely what it takes. Because again, you have those days where it's up and down. So you need that faith to keep you level headed and to know that although I can't see it, some kind of way it's going to work out in the end. And you have to continue. You have to be persistent to get there. If you quit, it's easy to
that's
quit. And if
right.
you quit right now, you don't get to the end and you never know what the end would be. So definitely perseverance, definitely being consistent, definitely remaining passionate.
Yeah.
Like you said, some days those phones don't ring, so you have to switch gears. Now you got to go out and meet people. Now you have to join different networks like the conference to make it
Yes.
easy for you
Yes.
to have a network and to build that camaraderie with your peers and other business owners. So if there's a will, there's a way. That's
There
my
is.
philosophy. There's a will, there's a way, and you definitely have those seasons where it's good and down and bad, even for notary. Well, the loan signing aspect, around December, the interest rates for homes are not as low, so people are not refinancing.
Right.
So you go through a period to where you're not getting as much of that. So again, you're being persistent. You're finding another avenue. That's why I'm considering adding, additional services. And again, these are services that are not
Yes.
tangible. So I feel like sometimes with services that are not tangible, you have to sell yourself a little harder. You have to
Yes,
know
you
your
do.
stuff.
Right.
People come up with all kind of questions, even with life insurance. I'm sure you
Yeah.
know. So,
Yes.
it's more of a sales. It's more of a push. So, it's give and take. You just have to be down for the cause and down for the long run. Can't be trying to quit the next week. Because that's not what business is. Business is a marathon for sure.
Well, and then like you say, in the insurance thing, so it still comes back to sharing the need. If people don't see the need, they're not going to get the product. So it's like,
That's right.
I follow up with people, but if they're just not interested, there for a while I was chasing some people that showed a little bit of interest. Now I'm like, okay, let's need to go talk to more people. There's somebody out there that needs what we're offering.
That's
And
right.
I'd get so excited that one or two people seem to sort of be interested, and then they would drop me, and I'm like, well, I should have done some work for them and give them a quote and then moved on. It's the same way with the GuardTech. I'm following up with some people, but it's obvious. I don't pester them, but every so often I'll go back and text them or email them again, or but you move on to other people. There's somebody out there that needs it, and
That's right.
if you don't like people, I don't know how anybody could be an entrepreneur or not like people. I guess there's some that are, but I don't know how you do it. So,
Yeah, you got to have a love for people. You got to have a love for people. I mean, and that's easy if you're a Christian. You have to have a love for people, because especially when you're offering a service like we are that's not tangible, the people are the one that's going to make the difference. They're going to be the word of mouth. They're going to be the ones to give you the referral. I'm not McDonald's. I don't have a commercial. I don't have, people in a funny costume standing on the corner saying ready, set, notarize. It's me. So it's the impression that I make on people that I meet that comes in my path. It's the seeds that I plant that manifest, down the line, and it makes a difference. You have to have a love for people, and you have to have a love for what you do, because that passion will always show to people, and it makes them interested. Makes sense. Well, they want to know why you're so happy, what you're so excited about. So yeah.
And you're a personal person engagement. I would encourage you to make some videos, whether it's, I've been saying that I wanted to make not the silly kind of videos, but I wanted to do something creative, even on TikTok, or I've moved to doing some advertising on Instagram for the younger people are there. But I encourage it. And even on Facebook, I try to do that. I even have the chocolate lab that I occasionally bring in there, and I need to get my guitar back out and do some, maybe write
engagement,
some songs about things. So I just stay there on video, because you're very personable. you radiate, and people need
Thank
that.
you.
So I'm
Yeah. People, that's why I say, by you being passionate and loving what you do, people are drawn to that. It becomes magnetic because you have this glow, you have this passion, and you're happy. And people are so concerned about other people when they're happy. They want to know why you're happy.
Yes.
What is it that's making you happy? Why are you so excited about this and what you do? And then that's when that passion has its way to kind of, transfer, so to speak. And, some people pick it up, some people don't, but it's good to see. And people, they recognize the genuineness behind that.
Yes, I actually went out on some sales calls near my church, letting people know, first of all, that our church is still in existence. It's small, and we're here to help you, whether you go to our church or not. But I had two people ask me to pray for them, and one Catholic lady even crossed herself after I prayed for her and her friend, and laid hands on me and prayed over me. So it was like I got affirmed that day by a couple of people. And one lady even worked in a pest control business, and she's just said, "Oh, you passed out all the flyers you want to around here," and she even prayed a prayer for our success and said, "There's enough business for all of us,"
That's right.
And I just
That's
like, wow,
right.
because she was a fellow believer too, and had just come from a prayer meeting, and so yeah, I think being an entrepreneur is a lot of fun. I really do.
No, it is. It is. I enjoy it. I really like the sense of pride that I have being able to move and grow the brand, and being just how people respond to it. It just lets me know that I'm on the right path. The people that I meet, I always feel like if it's meant to be, it's easy. And I'm not saying that it's not hard being an entrepreneur, but I'm saying that the different avenues that I've come across has made it easy for me to love what I do.
Because it's how you're geared. It's just obvious you love people. I connected with you, and we visited for a long time, and I just and I just noticed that you've already shared that you're on the podcast, and I mean, just tons of people are watching. So and by the way, that's what all of us need to do for one another, entrepreneurs. If you connect with somebody and you believe they're for real, you need to get out there and share them, and that doesn't hurt you. I mean, she's not competing with me. However, if she was, let's just say she was doing some pest control, if they're not going to use me, I would hope they would use her. I mean, still one of us wins in this, and then maybe she would do the same for me. So I've actually referred to people there was one business, they just couldn't, I guess, pay our price. And we don't claim to be the cheapest, because we are trying to provide good service and maintain our staff. And we can't do it and lose money on it, but there's some one-man crews out there that may work for somebody. And I've said, well, maybe try this person, because they needed some help, and they just, we try to get the job, but still, there's other people in different seasons doing different things, and we can all help one another win.
That's right. That's right. And that's also planting a seed, because you never know, they may have a job down the line they can't get to, and you be the first person they refer. So it's not a loss. It's not all a loss. It's not all a loss.
Because our business, we're a bigger outfit and can do some things that other person couldn't do. So it's like, hopefully that person knows that we referred them. Well, okay, I'll, I can't do that big job. Why don't you call those guys? So yeah, it's about relationships. It really is.
That's right. It is.
And then spiritually, it's the same way. We should be helping, encouraging one another. So you've encouraged me, Tara. I know that we're really probably about out of time, but I did want to tell you, make sure that everybody understands how they can get in touch with you. I know that your email address is it rreadysetnotarize@gmail.com? Is that right? No, that's not right. I got that wrong. Scratch that. Y'all, you tell them. That's right.
It's rreadysetservices@gmail.com. My website is www.rreadysetnotarize.com, and you can find me on Facebook as well at under Ready Set Notarize. Always here to help and just offer the service. So if you can't use me, someone else can. Either way, I'd be happy to hear from you guys, just to know that you guys are following along and keeping up with the process and the growth with the company.
Amen. Well, we'll be keeping people up to date with you. And like I say, a lot of you know that I'm the pastor of Central Baptist Church. We'd love to have you come visit with us in Liberty. I'm a salesman for GuardTech, pest control, and also do some independent home and auto insurance stuff. But like I say, my main focus is preaching the word and representing GuardTech. And I am, and again, like you, I enjoy doing these things. I enjoy meeting the people, and it's all about helping you. I always tell people, we can't help you, we're certainly not going to hurt you. And I know you're the same way.
That's right. Definitely.
Well, again, we thank all of you for tuning in, and we will, again, we'll maybe sometime in the future, we'll have Tera back on, and we'll find out, who knows,
Or my dad even.
Yes, would love to do that. And here, yeah, because he is your great influencer, and I just know I would love to. I know I would benefit from from him. I'm still learning and growing, and even as a 54-year-old pastor. So.
Definitely will put you guys in contact so that he can bless your ministry, be a blessing to your ministry.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Well, like I said, networking is the thing, and networking is not just some, like you say, fake kind of thing. I mean, it's like I sent a follow-up email to a young man that I met at the event the other night, and it was really wonderful. And he responded. So, and we had a good exchange. So, well, I believe we have lost Tera there. Okay, so she's gone. But thank y'all for coming and being with us and listening. May the Lord bless you and keep you. And we'll be hopefully putting a new podcast out next week. And until then, may the Lord bless you and keep you. See you next time. God bless.
While walking in the woods one day, not so long ago, I saw an old discarded tie from long ago, and there in its circle wildflowers did grow. Bloom where you are planted, and God will make you grow. Bloom where you are planted, and God will make you grow. Tell other people that Jesus loves them so. Tell them how he came to earth and died to set them free. And bloom where you are planted, wherever that might be.